For most little girls, learning to go along to get along, not to make waves, or that they're made of sugar and spice and everything nice, are standard lessons on how to live life. But not standard in the Richards household. Cecile Richards, president of the Planned Parenthood Federation of America, is the daughter of her civil rights attorney father and her mother, the late Texas governor, Ann Richards. From them, Cecile Richards learned about the joys and the heartbreaks of activism and the gender-specific pitfalls that have traditionally kept many women out of public life. In her memoir, Make Trouble, she recounts her own political awakening in what she describes as ultra-conservative Texas, and the lessons, the risks, and the mistakes she learned while having kids, a life, and pushing for progressive change. And she joins me now. Cecile, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So first, I have to say, this book could not have arrived at a better time. It seems like it's almost perfect for the moment that we're in right now. So tell me about the journey of writing this memoir. When did you start, and how did it end up coming out now?
Well, I do think it's the right time for the book, and that is why I wrote it, because after the last election, as I'm working at Planned Parenthood, every day someone stopped me on the subway or in an airport or on the street and just said, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? And I think it was that particularly women thought maybe there was one thing they could do that would make it all better and make things go away. And I realized that this was a perfect time to actually tell my story of being an activist for social change all my life, and maybe kind of encourage women to take the next step and do something that maybe they never dreamed they could do before. I started writing it last spring and finished it in December, and now it's out. And today it's very exciting. It's exciting to be out there, and I'm thrilled about going around the country now and talking to women and men everywhere about what they can do to make trouble and make change.
Well, one of the stories that I thought was, again, very apropos for the moment, you were talking about your sort of introduction to activism, and that was by wearing an armband to protest the Vietnam War.
Right.
That seems to mirror a lot of where a lot of young people are right now in terms of gun reform laws, how they're trying to push for that. So for you, I want to know how much courage did it take to step out and do something that you knew was going to get you into trouble?
Well, I do remember it. I write about it in the book. In 7th grade, I lived in Austin, Texas, and we were kind of new to town, but I'd heard about the moratorium against the war and decided to wear a black armband to school, not knowing if there would be any other students who did. And in fact, I think there was only one other in the school, and the principal called me to his office, Tom Heston. I'll never forget him, and really I kind of want to give him thanks for having gotten me into this life I lead now. But he wanted to call my mother and complain about me, I guess, and maybe get me in trouble. It was his good luck that she wasn't at home that day, because if Ann Richards had answered the phone, she would have probably given him a piece of her mind. But it was both scary, but it was also exhilarating. I'd never even met the principal before, and I realized that by taking a little action, you can make a difference.
But how does that work in, again, the way you described ultra-conservative Texas? I say, you know, sort of in quotes, because it seems like there might be some changes happening in the Lone Star State. But how does that work where children at that age, I feel like they want to be so part of a group, to step out on your own and do something that's because of your conscience or that you think is right?
Right. Well, I mean, I grew up in a family of rabble-rousers. My dad was a civil rights attorney, as you said. He was defending conscientious objectors to the war. My mother was into every movement she could find. And when the women's movement came along, she just went crazy. That was for her the best. And so I think we learned at an early age the dinner table wasn't where you ate, it was where you sorted precinct lists for whatever campaign you were working on, and that politics wasn't just drudgery or a chore or a responsibility. It actually was also joyful, and it was where all the action was. So to me, it came pretty naturally.
Okay. Well, and then as you take us through the rest of your political growth into politics, I do want to fast forward a little bit to some stuff recently. You were at the Women's March, both times, but the most recent Women's March, which of course was after Alabama chose not to elect Judge Roy Moore. And at that speech, you were saying that it's time for white women in America to step up and not keep expecting. And so the reason why I asked this question, not keep expecting women of color to bail out the country, is that What role do you think that race and class might have played in your feeling so comfortable and ready to step out onto the ledge and take some of these risks?
I think what we saw in the Alabama Senate race was that African American women turned out and they organized, and they were really the reason that that race went the way it did. And I think it was important to, one, let's call it out and acknowledge that, and give women of color credit where credit's due. And then also, I think as white women, it's important that we think about what's our responsibility to have hard conversations with folks about what's happening in the political arena right now, and also making sure that women go and vote. And that to me is, I mean, the heartbreak of a lot of these elections is if everyone voted, we actually would have a real democracy, but too many people don't even vote in this country.
All right. Listen, I want to thank you so much, Cecile, for first of all writing this book and then sharing it with us. This is great. We're seeing a lot of women who are going to be running for office, so of course we'll be following how all of this plays out in the election in 2018.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.